Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Pro Engineering. This is the new FMS FCX24 with a brushless motor. Now, this looks extremely similar to another one that I have here. I'd have to check the date of when this video originally aired, but I've had this for at least a couple of years, I think. Love this truck, absolutely adore it. So when I heard about this one over here, I was excited. Let's go ahead and take a look very quickly at the box. It is done up in black color. It's in fact all black, blacked out chrome. It has the little brush guard / bull bar thing here at the front. Black wheels. What else we have here? Officially licensed by General Motors, which is very nice to see. Specific information. Again, it is a limited edition body. Outrunner brushless motor for enhanced torque and smooth performance. I'm quite curious to feel that because I've always felt that this always was very, very smooth. Two-speed transmission, fabulous. Portal axles, brilliant and critical on a vehicle of this size because the portals do increase that ground clearance that a micro crawler really needs. Otherwise, looks to be very similar to the last one. Let's go ahead and open this up. I do really like these boxes that the FMSs come in. Really great to travel with because it's hard to damage these boxes. We have the instruction manuals. Just a little side note, these FMSs here at the rear have a very nice exploded diagram which will help you to disassemble, reassemble, and order replacement parts. A lot of companies will, have a QR code that you scan or something. I'm sorry, that's nonsense. You should have a simple diagram that you can just reference because who knows how long that QR code link is going to be good for. Love all this. It also does cover, in fact, we'll probably look at this in a minute, key remote functionality. I really like these FMS remotes. Okay, opening this up for the first time. Oh, it's a matte. I thought it was going to be shiny. Okay, remote. Again, I love these FMS remotes. Nice little attention to detail on the molding. Has this, kind of a simple carbon fiber-esque pattern molded in, and it looks really nice. They feel like a quality product. I really like these. The charger. Okay, so there's the components for the roll bar. So you have to take off the cab and install all the roll bar components. Decals. QC inspection. Here is the charger cable there. Normally there are little screws. That's going to be for the roll bar. These are the preload clips for the oil-filled shocks. And yes, these little tiny shocks are in fact oil-filled. One more thing here. This roll bar light set, I didn't use that on my FCX24. I ended up using it on my WPL Land Cruiser. They look amazing. They really did a nice job. I popped the lenses out and just painted the bucket in chrome. Look fabulous. They will fit a 3mm LED. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm actually going to take out the other one. We do, of course, have the Shrink RC interior in here, which is wonderful. Really adds a lot to the scale realism. It's a little dusty. I made this clear lens. First things first, I do want to pull the body because this body doesn't appear, I could be wrong about this. If it is painted, they've painted it in matte. I'm not a matte painted kind of person, partly because of how fabulous this one here looks. So this is a subjective thing for me. Not a huge fan of the all blacked out, really like this, but this is a purely cosmetic thing for me. Very quickly, we can see that these links, the lower links at least, are metal. These are all plastic. Just beautiful. I've never had any issues with these, but I'm just kind of taken aback by how lovely these are. They really look wonderful. To remove the body on this, you press these clips. There's one there and one there. You kind of just squeeze both of those in. I usually do kind of one side at a, how do I usually do this? Two. So the back is off. Why isn't the front coming off? There. Jeez. Sorry. Okay. Completely new electrical system on this vehicle. It's to be expected given that this is brushless and that one is brushed. Let's pull out the battery. Okay, nice to see the battery arrives unplugged. Very nice little safety feature there. I've seen a lot of vehicles where the battery comes plugged in. Terrible idea. Wow, look at that little motor. That is a tiny little peanut. Okay, so as before, we only have headlights. For me, I'd like to see at least head and tail. But on something this small, I can see that. These do feel like they have come pre-oiled. Early ones did not. Very nice servo saver sprung. Is this one that way too? Oh, I guess that one is the same way. We do have an axle mounted servo, which I know is not scale. Again, for something of this size, you know, you need all the articulation that you can get, and these work really nicely. I've never had any problems with FMS electronics except for my red K10, which on a very, very hot day, we ran several packs through it and I blew the motor. In all the years of all my FMSs, that was the only real problem I've ever had. Battery is plugged in. Park all these things back in place. Okay. For the remote, slide this back, and there are 4 AAAs that you'll put in here. Okay, so when you get this, it may very well come with the channel 3 in the center, which is neutral. So to the left, first or low gear. To the right, high gear. Okay, and then central goes back to neutral. Channel 4, I don't know if that's for the lights. Let's go ahead and take a look at the instructions. So the red light is for the remote. The green light is telling you the status of the receiver battery pack, so the one that's powering the car. As the car runs low, this I believe will turn yellow and then red, and I think it ends up flashing at you. The G LED, that's a status indicator when you're like binding or reversing the steering rate, and I believe, what else? Yeah, it's all about like even calibration. It's all specified right here if you want to pause that. It does seem here that this is capable of 3S lithium polymer. I cannot imagine doing that or needing that. So the ESC also supports drag brake between 0, 50, 75, and 100, forward reverse, and forward brake reverse. The thing is, usually it'll show a diagram. To work the headlights, there's the channel 4 button. We're going to press and hold right now. All right, so a bit of a delay. There you go. Turn them off, press and hold. There you go. Seeing that this is a 4-channel radio, let's turn this on. So we have our steering, trims, and our throttle trims and rates and all that here. However, we have 3 and 4 channels. Okay, so to adjust these, let's say for a different application, or perhaps your car is not fully engaging first or second gear, double click bind. Now, these trims and rates affect channel 3 and channel 4. I believe these top 2 are channel 3 and the lower ones are channel 4. Now, channel 4 is a light in this case, but you get the idea. Double click that and we're back. Okay, for this next bit, I cannot find the dip switch settings anywhere. So what I have done is I've extrapolated the original dip switch functionality from the Firehorse. There's a link up right now, to determine the drag brake settings. Now, I've also read that the brushless motors don't work with the drag brakes, but according to the manual, there are drag brake functionality here. So here's what I've done, okay? According to the old Firehorse manual, the left dip switch is for, let's see here, forward, okay. So that's forward, brake, reverse. Pushing this leftmost switch up will make it forward reverse. The next one is lithium polymer and nickel metal hydride. I believe down is lithium polymer and up is nickel metal hydride. Okay, so no brake. I bet you this one here, whoa, it flashed at me. Oh, I did something. The next 2, those are the drag brake settings. Both of them down should be 0. Both of them up should be 100%. Now, does that mean 0 drag brake would mean that if you're on a hill, the car should just roll, right? Well, the thing is, it doesn't. Let me put it in second gear. Maybe we'll see a difference there. Ooh, yeah, we can, okay. Rolls pretty easily. If you want 100% drag brake, set these 2 dip switches up, shut the vehicle off, shut the remote off, turn them back on, and this is a considerable difference in the drag brake right there. I'm almost positive that the car has to be shut off. If we just push it down, yeah, there's no difference. You're gonna have to shut everything off, turn the remote on, car back on. Oh, huge difference. Yeah, there we go. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. I haven't seen any information from FMS. I haven't seen anything on the manuals, but based on my powers of deduction, we do have drag brake. It is functional via the dip switches. Why no one's talked about this or why FMS doesn't have it, we'll never know. I've already reached out to them because this is lost functionality. Even though they claim that it has it, they don't tell you how to access it unless I am an utterly vision impaired human being. Maybe I am. I have no idea. Anyway, moving on. So apparently the throttle control is supposed to be better on these. In fact, I didn't realize this is one of them motors where the thing actually spins. You see that? The whole case. This is so wicked. And that's in high. Let's put it in low. Yeah, look at the tires. That's cool. What? What? How is that possible? Oh my God. Oh, dang. That's pretty insane. Holy cow. Sorry, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this. I'm not. Nothing I have, especially off-road, has brushless systems, and dang. I mean, look at that. It's not making a single sound. That is so quiet. I'm gonna try and drag on one of the tires. I can't even make this thing stop. I'd like to take it for a spin. Let's go for a drive. Go. Try and go even slower than that. That's faster. Did you know that slow is the opposite of fast? It's so slow. Oh my God.
Do you see my car? And I don't. And I don't.
Fast. On our way. Just feels like it's gonna roll over. Oh. excellent walking speed ability, which is always nice on the trail. Pretty good. See how far away it actually went. Come on back down. Good playing. Little trail excursion here. Okay, turn. There you go. What's in the little shaded area there? Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. It's like a little nook. How you like driving the truck? Is it fun? Oh, you going there? I don't think he likes that. You know, you back him up. There you go. Oh, good job, car. Wow, man, I can't see it. Oop. Don't get stuck there, please. It's too small to get past the dry grass. I thought I could do it. Grass is too big. This is not good terrain for this car, but it's doing it pretty well. Back up the other side. No problem. Wow, really good.
I am big truck.
Okay. Slow, slow. Doing good. Slow, slow, slow. Ooh, excellent work. All right, that's it. My son and I ran about 6 packs, I think, through this over about a week and a half, and it's pretty impressive. While it may be extremely similar to its predecessor, the other FCX24 with the brush motor, it's hard to overlook the improvements of that brushless motor. This thing is able to absolutely, I don't even want to say inch itself because those units are too big. It's able to nano itself around. I mean, the fact that you can put your finger here and effectively, hell, not your finger, you put your whole hand here you'll be able to see these tires move at such a slow rate and have no effect on the obstacle. Just wicked. On the other side of things, it's really fast. And for me, those of you who've watched this channel for some time know that I like to drive relatively slowly. I think it's too fast, but I can understand. I think FMS just dropped in their old gearbox, which is a logical thing to do. So to me, the second gear high with the brushless is quick. Cosmetically, it's a bit less scale than I would like. I think it'd be really amazing to have a dead, scale looking Blazer, but it would be utterly useless at this size off-road. So everything in terms of its appearance, its functionality, completely spot on for what you're working with here. Now the question is, do you want one? These little FCX24 cars are wonderful to just have a small scale vehicle, whether you're building a smaller trail truck, whether you're perhaps building a small scale course at your house, or if you want to go travel with something, or heck, you just want to keep one in the car. Perhaps even if you have a relative that's getting really into RC cars, they've got something perhaps a little more low end. This is a really great middle ground between very inexpensive and perhaps 1/10 scale. So a good alternative. The cool thing about this truck here is, even though it's really small, if you end up going out with a bunch of your buddies and this is all you've got on you, it will hang with the big 1/10 scale cars. It's small, but it's very capable. Really impressed with it, really happy with it, and I have a plan for this vehicle. My friends, thank you all so much for watching. We'll have some updates on this vehicle as well as another FMS product very, very soon. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time.